Tonight's baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow. So this is game number 128 out of 162 and beyond of a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. The Bronx Knights have been wedged into the American League West. They've taken the place of the Houston Astros. As you can see from the screen, they are in first place. It is late August, August 21st, going into the 22nd. It's late August. Knights are 85-42. They won 8 out of the last 10 games. They have a 16-game lead in the division. I'm playing every inning of every game. No skipped innings, no simulated games. Every single game from game 1 all the way to 128 is on YouTube for your viewing pleasure. Just for accountability, the difficulty setting for the hitting and pitching is set for the entire season to All-Star. Yes, there are some people that can play better than All-Star. Maybe even I could play better than All-Star. But I'm having fun, and that's what matters. So let's jump into the next game in the schedule. So I just finished a 3-game sweep of the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. There's a day off, and then starting a 3-game set at the LA Angels of Anaheim. So game 1 of that 3-game set. Let's rock and roll. Play game. Okay. We're going to auto-utilize that AA player. Play full game. We are the away team at Angel Stadium. Looks good. Brendan Pizarski, 11-4. Everybody looks nice and healthy. Let's give it a rock. Let's go. Angels have not had a good season, 56-71. Going for win number 86 in this regular season. Thank you for joining me. Welcome for some Major League Baseball as the Bronx Knights visit the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim here in Anaheim, California. On the mound for the Angels is Sean Reed Foley, making his 26th start of the season. He's 9-11 with a 5.25 earned run average. And leading off for the Bronx Knights is Mighty Max Luklitch. 309, 4 homers, 32 runs batted in. He also has 32 stolen bases. First pitch of the game from Foley. Checks the swing inside, ball 1.
First pitch, 706.
Swing and a miss out in front of the curveball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Luklitch. 66 degrees and clear skies. Sunny skies here in Anaheim, California. And he pops it up short right center field. Out goes the second baseman, Jahmai Jones, to make the catch for the first out of the ballgame. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights. Max Luklitch is in center. Don Mattingly's at first. Chris Ramos is your second baseman. Mike O'Rourke is in left. Jacob Salazar is at short. Benny Locicero in right. Matt Saps is your DH. Matt Termini is at third. And batting ninth is Anthony Millo playing catcher. 328, 21 homers, 90 runs batted in. 1 out here in the top of the first. Don Mattingly steps to the plate. Takes strike 1. And it's a lazy, shallow fly ball to center. In comes the center fielder to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Next up is the second baseman, Chris Ramos, who is working on a Triple Crown season. 363, 51 homers, 129 runs batted in. This is late August. He's on pace to hit 65 homers. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball 1. No, that's in there for a strike, pardon me. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe McDonald is the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike on Ramos. His career high in home runs is 54. That was in his first season 5 years ago. And that's a line drive headed for the gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Makes a turn at first, headed to second. The throw is offline, so he's going to make it. Backed up by the catcher, so it's a 2-out double for Chris Ramos. Here's the replay. So next up will be the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke. Michael is hitting .350, 30 homers, 99 runs batted in. On any other team, he would be the alpha male, so to speak, but he's the 1A on the Knights. Pitches outside, ball one. So not only does he have 30 homers and 99 runs batted in, he also has 23 stolen bases. Sneaky fast on those base paths. Ramos leads off second. Count is 1-0. At the knees, strike one, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike on Michael. Checks a swing, curveball in the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner leads off second, 2 away here in the top of the first. Hitters count, 3 balls and a strike. Shortstop Jacob Salazar is on deck. And it is a bouncer to the shortstop in the dirt, scooped nicely by Matt Beatty over there at first base. And the half inning is over. So after a half an inning here in Anaheim, it's the Bronx Knights, nothing. LA coming to bat. It's an interesting skyline. So on the mound for the Bronx Knights is Brendan Pizarski. He's making his 26th start. His record is 11-4 with a 4.55 earned run average. And leading off for the Angels, Jeremy Pena, 239, 5 homers, 27 runs batted in. First pitch from Pizarski. In there, strike one. Bronx Knights are 85-42, good for first place in the AL West. That's Anthony Millo behind the plate. Count is 0-1. He's late on the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Pena. In there with the changeup. Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That's the first out of the ball game for the Angels. Cliff Floyd is up next. 262, 27 homers, 57 runs batted in. Steps up there, lefty on lefty. And he pulls the fastball foul, strike 1. Cliff Floyd, I believe, played for the New York Mets in the 1990s, if memory serves. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance. It is off the wall. No, wait, they called it a home run. So, home run number 28 for Cliff Floyd. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Los Angeles Angels and Anaheim here in the bottom of the first. Love to see the replay on this. Thought for sure it bounced off the wall. I guess if it hits above that yellow line, it's a home run. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, next up is the dangerous Nolan Arenado. 271, 25 homers, 61 runs batted in. Steps up with 1 out here in the first. It's a 1-0 lead for the Angels. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ground ball to the shortstop Salazar. Routine play. Throws to first, and there are 2 away. Starting lineup for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It's Jeremy Pena leading off, playing shortstop. Cliff Floyd at left. Nolan Arenado at third. Ronald Acuna Jr. is at center field. J.J. Bleday in right. Colton Welker is your DH. Luis Campusano is the catcher, and they didn't leave the graphic up long enough for me to finish. So, With 2 away, Ronald Acuna Jr., hitting .306 on the season, steps up and fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. He has 20 homers and 53 runs batted in on the season. And that's a deep drive. He's got a chance to go. Back goes Lo Cicero to the track, the wall, looking up, and it's off the wall. He's going for third, and he's going to make it. So that's a 2-out triple for Acuna Jr. My goodness, and the inning will continue. Let's look at this. They are making quick work of Pisarski here in the first. Oof. So stepping in, JJ Bleday, hitting .285, 14 homers, 53 runs batted in. Runner at third base with 2 down, so he needs a hit to get him in. Inside corner, strike 1. Just misses. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike, and Pisarski looks a little miffed. He doesn't know where that pitch was. Neither do I. And that one, again, he's squeezing him. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouls off the slider. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner at third. It is a 1-0 lead for the Angels. And he fouls it behind the plate. And we'll do it again. That's a line drive to center. In comes Luklitch to make the catch and retire the side. So, after an inning of baseball here in Anaheim, it's the Angels 1, the Bronx Knights 0. So we go to the top of the second. Stepping up is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar. He is cold in his last handful of games. Overall, he's hitting .326, 16 homers, 81 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Foley. Pitches outside, ball 1. And it's a lazy fly ball to left. Cliff is there. He makes the catch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Angels in the outfield from left to right is Cliff Floyd, Ronald Acuna Jr., JJ Bleday. And in the infield, Arenado, Pena, Jones, Beatty, and Luis Campusano behind home plate. Angels are 5th in the league in fielding percentage. So up steps the right fielder, Benny Lo Cicero, hitting .312, 29 homers, 103 runs batted in. He takes a high strike. Count is 0-1. Inside off the plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Down and low, 2-1. Outside corner, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Benny. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, and there's 2 away. First strikeout for Reed Foley. Here's the replay.
The designated hitter, number 31.
And just got him with the breaking ball. So next up is Matthew Saps. 289, 24 homers, 82 RBIs. Pitches outside, ball 1. Matt is the DH today. Bounces around the infield this season. Natural second baseman, but he plays shortstop, he plays third base. Swing and a miss, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Saps.
Nope, that's the ball.
Pitch is low, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And it's a lazy fly ball, a little late on the fastball. Right fielder JJ Bleday makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Reed Foley. And after an inning and a half, it is 1-0. Angels lead. So we'll go to the bottom of the second. Colton Welker, the DH, steps up. He's got 264 average. Leads off here in the second. In there, strike one. Hot in his last 5 games. He's 9 for his last 16. Trying to get that average up. And that's a deep drive towards the left center field gap. Long run, but Luklitch will not get there. One bounce off the wall, and by the time this ball finds its way back to the infield, it's going to be a leadoff double for Colton Welker. That is number 7 on the season for Colton. And they have a runner in scoring position here with nobody out. So next up, Luis Campusano, 249, 5 homers, 26 runs batted in. He's the catcher. Pitches low, ball 1. Grounds it up the first base line and down the line. It is a base hit. Throw to the plate. Strong throw from Lo Cicero is up the line. And it's an RBI single for Campusano. And the score is 2-0 Angels. Mattingly really had no chance on that ground ball between his first baseman and the bag. So, runner at first, nobody out still. Jahmai Jones, 251, 14 homers, 43 runs batted in. It's a line drive to center. It is a base hit. Runners at first and second, nobody out. They are just teeing off on Brendan. Oof, almost got him in the head. So, next up is Matt Beatty. 233, 8 homers, 33 runs batted in. Time for a mound visit. Have a little conversation, calm him down, give him a minute. In there, strike 196 on the radar gun. So he's got the heat, just apparently doesn't have the control. He's missing his spots. Pitches low, ball 1. Fouls off the changeup. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on that. Matt Beatty. Grounds it up the first base line. It is a foul ball. Swing and a miss at the slider, and that's the first out here in the second. Second strikeout for Brendan Pizarski. So next up is Jeremy Pena. Leadoff man struck out in the first, second plate appearance. Runners at first and second. Misses outside, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. In there, strike 2. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just misses, count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners lead off first and second. The LA Angels already have a 2-0 lead. And that is a lazy fly ball to short right field, but in races, Benny Lo Cicero would make the catch for the second out. Nice play. They had to go a long way to get to that ball. So, Cliff Floyd hit a solo homer in the first, his 28th of the season. He's up there now with 2 runners on and 2 out. In there, strike 1. Checks the swing, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is quickly 0-2. Line drive up the middle. It is a base hit. And it's going to be an RBI single for Cliff Floyd. And the score is now 3-0 Angels. So homer and now an RBI single for Cliff Floyd. So next up is the dangerous Nolan Arenado, who grounded out in the first. Pitches low, ball one. This has the potential to get out of hand early, unless they close the floodgates now. Breaking ball in there, strike one. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2 is the count. There's 1 strike from getting out of this mess, but it could be worse. And that's a line drive down the right field line. It will roll all the way into the corner. 1 run will score. Throw back into the infield as runners at second and third on the RBI double by Nolan Arenado, and the score is now 4-0 on Arenado's 21st double of the season. Just slashes it the other way down the right field line and into the corner. Time to get some bullpen up and throwing. So manager, bullpen. Let's go Zach and I guess Caleb. Ronald Acuna Jr. steps up. In there, strike one. He had a double in the first, if I'm not mistaken. I'd like to be 2 for 2, I'm sure. Misses outside. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Acuna Jr. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side is retired. But they get another run. Actually, another 2 runs. And at the end of 2, it's Los Angeles 4, the Bronx nothing. So we'll go to the top of the 3rd. Up steps the 3rd baseman, Matt Termine, 316 average. He has 9 homers, 60 runs batted in on the season. Pitches outside, ball 1, 97 on the radar gun. And he pops it up in the infield. First baseman Beatty is there, makes the catch for the first out. So, American League West standings, as you can see, the Bronx Knights are in first place with a 29-game lead over the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, but you wouldn't know it by today's contest, as the Angels are leading 4-0. So with 1 away, up steps Anthony Millo, who's 5 for his last 30. Overall, 239, 9 homers, 50 runs batted in. It has been a season to forget for Anthony. Pitches low, ball 1. Checks the swing, pitches outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And he pulls it foul down the 3rd base line. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And he's late on the fastball. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he pops him up. Short center field. There is the center fielder, makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Now batting,
Number 38. So lineup turns over for the Bronx Knights. Max Luklitch popped out in the first. He's up there for his 2nd plate appearance. He has been cold lately. Hard ground ball to the 2nd baseman. Over to first, and the side is quickly retired. So 2.5. Los Angeles 4. Bronx nothing. Now we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Up steps J.J. Bleday, the right fielder. He's 0-1. Lefty versus lefty. Still, the bullpen is throwing. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bullpen is throwing. That's Don Mattingly, the manager of the Bronx Knights. 50-year-old version of Don Mattingly. He was manager of the LA Dodgers. Lines it, slicing into the seats. Count is 0-2 on Godet. Manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Miami Marlins. Grounds it to the second baseman, Ramos Fields, fires, and there is one away.
Now batting.
Colton Welker has a double so far today. He's 1 for 1. Late on the fastball, strike one. Pops it up behind home plate. Out of his crouch is Millo. He makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting. Catcher.
Next up is the catcher, Luis Campusano. RBI single today. 2 away here in the third. Just misses with strike. It's ball 1. That is a lazy fly ball to center. Luklitch barely has to move, and the side is retired. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Pizarski. The end of 3. Fortunately, it's a 4-0 lead for the Angels. Unfortunately for the Knights. For an Angels fan, it's great. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps the 25-year-old version of Don Mattingly, who's not the manager. He's 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. Second plate appearance. That's a ground ball up the middle and through. It is a leadoff single for the Knights here in the top of the 4th. First pitch swinging.
Now batting.
So next up is the second baseman, Chris Ramos. Doubled in the first. Averages up to 365 to lead the American League. And he swings at a pitch in the dirt. Strike 1. My goodness. He's got to lay off those pitches. Inside and low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. He has 4 home runs in his last 4 games. And that's a deep drive towards the gap. On the run is the left fielder, Blade, who makes the catch. Nice play. Ranged far to his right in order to make that catch. So there's 1 away. Runner still at first. Michael O'Rourke rounded out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. And it hits him. Oh, well, it hits him. So he doesn't look thrilled. He stares him down. Probably not intentional. Makes you wonder with all the antics he does on the home runs. So first and second with 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Jacob Salazar's 0 for 1. He steps up to the plate. And that's a line drive. 1 hopper over to second for 1. Back to first. In time double play. 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. So 3.5 gone by. And it's still a 4-0 lead for Reed Foley and the Angels. Sorry, Heidi, we can't hear you. Something's wrong with the microphone. So bottom of the 4th. Jahmai Jones is a single, a run scored. He's 1 for 1. Comes the pitch from Pizarski. In there, strike 1. Jahmai is 7 for his last 22. It's a 318 clip. A little better than his season average. Tries to bunt this way on, and it is a foul ball. Strike 2. Pitch is high, ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes, down.
Grounds it to the third baseman. Termini fields, fires, and there's 1 away.
First baseman.
Next up is Matt Beatty. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Check that, the bottom of the 4th. He struck out in his first at-bat. Fouls it back to the screen. Strike one. That's a lazy fly ball into right center field. Luklitch makes the catch for the second out of the inning. With two away, Jeremy Pena steps up. Leadoff man. Third plate appearance. He's 0 for 2. In there, strike one. Fouls it back to the screen. Count is 0-2 on Pena. Zarski's up to pitch number 57. Here's 3 2/3 innings. That's a line drive. Long run, but he makes the diving catch. What a catch to end the inning for O'Rourke. He had to give up the body to get that one. Let's look at the replay. Tried to keep his balance, but at the end of 4, it's 4-0 Angels. We go to the top of the 5th. Benny Cicero struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Steps in against Reed Foley. So this is an offense that scored 13 runs. Pitches low, ball 1. Scored 13 runs 2 games in a row, and now we're in the top of the 5th, and they haven't scored a run yet. So you can't figure out baseball. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Benny. Ground ball to the second baseman, over to first, and there's 1 away here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting, number 31.
Matt Saps is 0 for 1. He flew out in the second. Pitches outside, ball 1. He's 6 for his last 15. It's a 400 clip. Got the average up to 284. One hopper to Arenado from foul territory. Throws to first. That was a nice play. Long throw across the diamond.
Number 79.
So there's 2 outs. Matt Termini popped out in third. He's 0 for 1. Steps up against Reed Foley, who's pitching a gem. Line drive, foul ball. Strike number 1. That's a line drive heading for the gap, but will be cut off, but it's still a single for Termini, a 2-out single here in the top of the 5th, and the inning will continue.
Now batting,
Line drive.
43.
So Reed Foley, 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. Pretty good line so far. Next up is Anthony Millo. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out in the 3rd inning. Big lead over there at first for Termini. Pitches high, ball 1. His average is a 238. Grounds it towards the hole, deep and hole is short. Throws him out. Side is retired. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. And at the end of 4.5, it's LA 4, Bronx nothing. So Cliff Floyd steps up. He's 2 for 2. He has a homer. He has an RBI single. His 3rd plate appearance here in the bottom of the 5th. Drives it on the ground, but right there is Ramos, who throws to first. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Nolan.
So Nolan is back up. He has an RBI double. He's 1 for 2. And he's late on the fastball. 95 on the radar gun. Strike one. Slider low, counting evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a line drive, base hit to left. O'Rourke fields and gets it back in. But that's a one-out single for Arenado. He's 2 for 3. So, hits leaders on the team for the Angels. Obviously, Arenado was tied with J.J. Bleday at 123, but that was at start entering play, so Nolan's at 125. So, 1 out, up steps Ronald Acuna Jr. He's had a triple in the first inning. He's 1 for 2. And that's a deep fly ball to left center field. Racing over is O'Rourke. He makes the catch for the second out.
Next for the Angels, the right fielder, J.J.
So J.J. Bleday is 0 for 2. 2 outs, runner at first. Lefty versus lefty. Grounds it to the third baseman. Steps, fires, got him. Side retired. 5 innings complete, so this is an official ball game. Bronx Knights are trailing 4-0. So we will go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Max Luklitch, who's 0 for 2. His average is down to 308 in the season. Not too long ago, he was up in the 320s. But there is a single to center for Luklitch. And he's on here to lead off the 6th.
The first baseman, number 23, Don Mattingly.
So Don Mattingly steps up. He's 1 for 2. I'm sure he'll take a pitch or two, try to give him a chance to steal. Slider misses outside, ball 1. Quick throw to first to keep Luklitch close. Luklitch has 32 stolen bases on the season. Swing and a miss to the high fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a line drive, base hit to right. There are runners at first and second with nobody out. And the Knights are threatening here in the top of the 6th. Here's the replay.
The second baseman, Chris Ramos.
So, Chris Ramos steps up. 2 runners on, nobody out. He doubled in the first. He's 1 for 2. It's a big moment in the game. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. He's 129 runs batted in. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Ramos. He's hitting .395 with runners in scoring position. The Bronx Knights are down by 4 here in the 6th inning, but they are threatening. Outside. LOL, me and Paul are playing it right now too. Very cool. You're going to give me luck in this game. I'm down 4-0. So Ramos is up. And he smashes it through the right side. It is a base hit. Rounding third is Luklitch. Strong throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI single for Chris Ramos. RBI number 130 on the season. And they are on the board. It's LA leading 4-1. So the pitching coach comes out to have a little conversation with Reed Foley. Give him a little bit of a breather. So there's runners at first and second, and still nobody out as Michael O'Rourke steps to the plate. Hit by a pitch in the 4th. Officially, he's 0 for 1. Outside, ball 1. And that is a lazy fly ball to right. There is, he tags up. Throw to third is not in time. So there's now a runner at third base. So it was a productive out. Runner at third base in less than 2 outs. So he can score without the benefit of a base hit. Next up is Jacob Salazar, who's 0 for 2. He's been cold lately, batting from the left side against the righty, Reed Foley. 2 runners on, 1 out. in there, high and tight, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Checks his swing. Curveball is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Salazar. Mattingly at third. Ramos at first. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Salazar. Six, 4, 3. Double play. Side is retired. So after 5.5, they do get a run, but it's still a 3-run advantage. The Angels lead 4-1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Stepping up is Colton Welker, the DH. He doubled today. It's 1 for 2.
The designated hitter, Colton.
Pizarski deals. And it's the slow roller to the second baseman. Ramos fields, fires, and there is 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting, catcher, Louis.
Charged it, threw across his body. Routine for him. So with 1 out, up steps Luis Camposano, the catcher, who has a single and an RBI. He's 1 for 2. Low strike, but called a strike nonetheless. Count is 0-1. He can't believe it. You can see the reaction on his face. Slider in there. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. As you can see, he had a lot of trouble in his first and second inning pitch count wise, and then he's settled in since then. But he's still down by 3. Late on the fastball, 94 on the radar gun. The count remains 0-2. Fouls at first base side. Strike 3 called. He does not agree with the call. But there's 2 away, and that's Pizarski's 4th strikeout of the contest. Let's look at this. I mean, it's too close to take. With 2 strikes, you got to put some wood on it just in case. So 2 outs. Jahmai Jones has a single, a run scored. He is 1 for 2. Grounds it to Mattingly at first. Takes it himself, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Pizarski. The end is 6. It's the Angels 4, the Bronx Knights 1. And I have a feeling that's going to be the last pitch that Pizarski throws today. We'll bring somebody in the 7th. So before Benny Locicero steps to the plate, we go to the manager's office and the bullpen. Lefty, righty, lefty. I'm bringing in Caleb Smith. Put him in the game. So Benny Locicero, the right fielder, steps up. He's 0 for 2. Here in the top of the 7th. Out in front of the curveball, strike 1. 2 right-handers warming up in the Angels bullpen. Kyle Crick and Sir Anthony Dominguez warming up. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. And it is a lazy fly ball to right. Blade barely has to move, and there is 1 away. Next up is Matt Saps. He's 0 for 2. DH today. Line drive, well, check that. Ground ball with eyes through the left side. And there's a 1-out single for Matt Saps. He's 1 for 3. Trying to get them the dugout excited. So Matt Termini has a single in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. Big lead over there at first base for Saps. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. That's a line drive through the right side. It is a base hit. He had to hold the runner on, Saps, and that opened up a big hole on the right side between the first and second baseman. So 2 on, 1 out here in the 7th. And things are getting a little tense at Anaheim Stadium. So Anthony Millo is up. He's 0 for 2. 2 runners on. Pitch is outside, ball 1. So the tying run is at the plate. And that's another line drive to the other way. It's going to go station to station. So the bases are now loaded on the single from Anthony Millo. Hit it too hard right at Day, and the manager of the Angels has seen enough. He's going to call to the bullpen. All 3 runners are the responsibility of Reed Foley. So he's pitched well, but depending on what the reliever does, will depend on what his line looks like. He can win, he cannot lose. So Carlos Parra, making his 69th appearance, he's 2-1 with a 5.71 earned run average. He's going to face the switch hitter Luklitch from the right side because he's a lefty. Parra. Low and inside, ball 1. Nowhere to put him, so he's going to have to throw strikes. Max is 1 for 3 with a single and has a lot of speed. It's tough to double him up. And he yanks the changeup down the left field line. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Max. And that's a line drive which will fall in there for a base hit. The runner's round third and head on home. That's a 2-run single for Max Luklitch. And this is a 1-run ball game. The LA Angels of Anaheim lead 4-3. Let's look at the replay. He just serves it into right center field. And both runners score from second and third. So, Don Mattingly is up. Runners at first and second with 1 away. He's got 2 singles today. Pitch is outside, ball 1. The tying run and the going ahead run are on base right now. It's a 1-run contest here in the top of the 7th. That's a line drive base hit, and he's going to have to stop at third. So the bases are again loaded with 1 out here in the 7th. And up steps perhaps the most dangerous hitter in the American League, Chris Ramos. He has 51 homers and now 130 runs batted in late August. He, a switch hitter, bats from the right side against the lefty Parra. 2 for 3 today. And he pops him up on the right side. Long run for Bleday, and it's just a strike. Count is 0-1. Again, bases loaded with 1 down. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. His average with runners in scoring position is an even 400. Late on the fastball. Count is 1-2 on Ramos. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Ball's in the dirt. Count evens at 2-2. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Nowhere to put him. The ultimate payoff pitch. And he walks in the tying run. An RBI walk for Chris Ramos, and this ball game is tied. The bases are still loaded with Bronx Knights, and still only 1 out here in the top of the 7th. As Michael O'Rourke, the left fielder, steps up to the plate.
Your attention, please.
And so does the manager of the Angels. He calls for Corey Kluber, now in the year 2024, relegated to the bullpen. He's 6-2 with a 6.39 ERA. How the mighty have fallen. Bases loaded. 1 out. Michael O'Rourke was hit by a pitch in this game, but he's officially 0 for 2. Pitch is outside, ball 1. 351 batting average with runners in scoring position. Cut fastball finds the outside corner, backdoors him, evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch is low, 2-1. Fouls off the sinker. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 7th. It's a 4-4 ball game. And he pops him up in the infield. Infield fly rule in effect. He makes the catch, and there are 2 away, and he does not get the run home, the go-ahead run home from third with less than 2 outs. A Cardinals sin. So, with the bases loaded and 2 away, up steps Jacob Salazar, who's 0 for 3 today. His average is dipped to 324. He does have 80-plus RBIs on the season. It's a perfect RBI opportunity. But unfortunately, it is a lazy fly ball to left. Cliff Floyd is there, and they leave the bases loaded. But they tie the game at 4. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Ball game knotted at 4. So do I want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In comes Caleb Smith, making his 37th appearance. His record is 4-0 with a 1.84 earned run average. Both Caleb Smith and Jesse Biddle, 2 left-handers in the bullpen for the Bronx Knights this season, both been lights out. ERA's sub 2. He faces Matt Beatty, who's 0 for 2 today, struck out and fly out. In there, strike 1.
0-1.
At the knees, count is 0-2. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. In there, strike 3. Caught him looking, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's look at it. Oh yeah, that's a strike. So next up is Jeremy Pena, who's 0 for 3. Right-hander. Tries to bunt his way on, but the ball goes foul, strike 1. One hopper to Salazar at short. Routine play. There's 2 outs.
Now back, left fielder, Cliff Floyd.
So Cliff Floyd is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He has a homer today. Hit a homer off of Brendan Pizarski in the 1st inning. Pitch misses inside, ball 1. Slider in there. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Floyd. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a base hit. 2-out single for Floyd, and the inning will continue. Diving attempt from Ramos at second base, but could not come up with it. Gave up the body. So, the dangerous Nolan Arenado, 2 for 3, double, single, and RBI. And I'm going to the bullpen. Bullpen, Zach Eflin, put him in the game. So here to pitch to Arenado is Zach Eflin. 21st appearance, no record. His ERA is 3.32. And that ball, first pitch, is high, is far, is gone. 6-4. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Home run number 26 in the season for Nolan Arenado. And the crowd goes wild. He is a beast. What are you going to do? It's only the bottom of the seventh. Plenty of time. So, the 2 outs here in the bottom of the seventh. Ronald Acuna Jr. is up 1 for 3. Tripled in the first. Line drive, base hit. Big turn at first. So again, another 2-out hit for the Angels. Apparently he left his pitches in the bullpen. So JJ Bleday steps up 0 for 3 today. Runner at first, 2 down. Inside off the plate, ball 1. So looks like I'm going to have to go to the bullpen and warm other people up just in case. So let's say I'll warm up Biddle to come in if I need him. Swing and a miss. The 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a line drive base hit, and it will make its way all the way into the corner. Strong throw. He makes a turn at third. He's heading home. Cutoff man Ramos throws to the plate. It is not in time. It is an RBI double for JJ Bleday, and they now lead by 3, 7-4.
The designated hitter, Colton Welker.
Manager, mound visit. I'm not taking him out because I like the matchup righty versus righty. Colton Welker's 1 for 3 with a double. But I want to calm him down a little bit. Pitcher needs to go. He does need to go. He does. But I don't want to bring in a lefty to pitch to a right-handed batter. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Strike 1. My right-handed relievers in the bullpen are just not any good. Outside corner, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. I've got great left-handed pitching. I've got a good closer and a good setup man, but the middle relief right-handed are just terrible. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Side is finally, mercifully retired, but not after Nolan Arenado hits a 2-run home run and an RBI double from Colton Welker gives the Angels a 7-4 lead. So we go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Benny Cicero. He's 0 for 3 today. 2 righties warming up in the bullpen. One of them is the closer, Craig Kimbrell. Corey Kluber's still out there. Swings at the first pitch. Inexplicably, flies out to the center fielder. First pitch, 1 pitch, 1 away. They need base runners, and he swings at the first pitch. That will give you manager Agito. So with 1 away, in relief comes Kyle Crick. 23rd appearance out of the bullpen for the Angels. He's 1-2 with a 4.71 earned run average. Matt Sapp steps up to the plate. 1 for 3 with a single. Righty versus righty. Pitch is in there at the knees. Awfully big strike zone. Home plate umpire obviously has a hot date after the game. The count is 0-1. Out in front of the slider, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Saps. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the inside fastball, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
Now batter, number 79.
So next up is Matt Termini. 2 for 3. Got the average up to 319 on the season. And that's a line drive base hit. So with 2 outs, the inning continues. Termini's at first. Here's the replay.
Now batting, number 43.
So he's got 3 hits today. Got that average over 320. So next up is Anthony Miller's 1 for 3 with a single. And that's possibly going to drop, and it will. It'll drop in there for another single. So they will get the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 38.
So next up is Mighty Max. Max Luklitch, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs today. Can he keep the inning going?
That's a ball.
Off the plate.
Count 1-0.
Ball 1. Don't agree with the call, but I'm happy to get it. Pitch is high. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Max. Runners lead off first and second with 2 outs. And he pops it up down the right field line, fading into the seats and out of play. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels lead 7-4 here in the top of the 8th, but the tying run is at the plate. Late on the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Max Luklitch. And it's a lazy fly ball. Should be an easy play for the center fielder, Acuna Jr. He makes the catch, and they strand the runners. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 3-run advantage for the Angels. They lead 7-4. So up here is Luis Campusano. RBI single today. He's 1 for 3.
The catcher, Luis Campusano.
And that's a line drive base hit to center field. And that will probably be the last batter he ever sees. Leadoff single for Campusano. Manager, bullpen. I'll warm up Telly. I'll put Jesse in. Even though I don't want to do the lefty-righty situation. Jesse Biddle is 2-2 with a 1.52 earned run average. He has 62 strikeouts and 52 in the 3rd innings pitched. He has been lights out. He faces Jahmai Jones. Reaches, swings at a pitch out of the strike zone for strike 1. Out in front of the slider, quickly 0-2. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. It's already a 3-run lead. They need to stop the bleeding here. Strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Jahmai Jones. Go have a seat on the bench. It's 1 out. Matt Beatty, 0 for 3, struck out in the 7th in his last at-bat. Pops him up, jumps out of his crouch, races over to the dugout, makes the catch for the 2nd out. So Jesse Biddle comes in, and quickly he gets 2 outs. Jeremy Pena's 0 for 4. Swing and a miss at the slider, low. Count is 0-1. Pitch is high, ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a 7-4 lead for the Angels in this first game of a 3-game set in Anaheim. Bounces it foul. Count is 1-2. Late on the fastball, fouls it into the seats. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. And again, pulls it into the seats. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Comes in, gets the 3 outs, stalls him at 3-run advantage. We will go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Bronx Knights. They need 3 to tie. Can they do it? Yes, let's do this. Craig Kimbrell, the closer, comes in. He's 2-2. He has 30 saves and 35 save opportunities. His ERA is 2.64. 50 strikeouts and just over 44 innings pitched. Faces Don Madden in the lead off here in the ninth. He's 3 for 4 today. He has the average up to 331. Manager's office bullpen. We're warming up Smoltz. We're operating under the assumption that we're going to win this game. And that's a lazy live fly. Blah. That's a lazy line drive to Cliff Floyd in left for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 away. Saves leaders in the American League. Christy Matheson has 37. Craig is 3rd on the list. John Smoltz isn't even on the list. He has something like 24 saves, so he didn't make the top 10. Chris Ramos, 365, 51 homers, 131 runs batted in. He is 2 for 3 today. He's up there with 1 away here in the ninth. He knows he needs to get on base. Pitch is low, ball 1. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Pitching him very carefully. And he's late on it. Long run for the center fielder who was playing deep, but he makes the catch, and there are 2 away here in the ninth, and the Bronx Knights are down to their final out. Michael O'Rourke, 0 for 3 today, steps up to the plate. Represents the final out of the game. That's a ground ball up the middle and through. It is a 2-out single for Michael O'Rourke. And for inexplicably, he tries for second in a game where they need to win 2 runners on base to bring the tying run to the plate. So, the ball game is over. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim win by 3, 7-4. The first game of this 3-game set. Bronx Knights are now 85-43 on the season. They still have a 28-game lead over the Angels of Anaheim in the American League West. But today, the Angels are the better team. So, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Bronx Knights, 4 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Corey Kluber is your winner. Caleb Smith gets saddled with the loss. Craig Kimbrell gets his 31st save of the season. Nolan Arenado is the player of the game, who's 3 for 4 with a home run. And that was a broadcast of Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me, especially the Outlander. Much appreciated. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're watching this later on. Subscriptions are the lifeblood of YouTube, so I would really, really appreciate it. This was game number 128. The point is I'm playing 162 games and beyond, every inning of every game of a 162 game schedule. No skipping innings, no simulating games. Every single one of them are on YouTube. Follow me into the playoffs and hopefully to the World Series. Thank you for showing up. Los Angeles Angels lead 7-4 in this 3-game set. They get the first game. Hopefully we can get tomorrow. Have a great night.